Hello friends, subscribers and new viewers of this channel, and welcome to Machine Learning and AI Tutorials. In this video tutorial we explain how to install and run locally one very important tool for developing AI agents. Namely, we explain how to install and run locally OmniParser. This is a screen parsing tool for pure vision-based graphics user interface agents. But before we explain how to install this important tool and run it locally, let's look at the big picture and let's explain what is the purpose of this tool. Let's imagine that we are AI developers and that we want to develop an AI system that will do the following. Namely, the user enters a command. For example, go to Amazon and buy me a robotics kit. Okay, on the basis of this user input, a large language model should interpret what's happening, and the AI agent should automatically open a web browser, go to Amazon, search for robotic starter kit, search and give you, for example, 5 recommendations and recommend you the best one, understand what are the reviews, understand the price, give you the price range and all sorts of things, and send you the feedback, and you will get it. Now, to do that, this AI agent should be able to understand and to parse everything that's written on this screen. Namely, as the user is looking, that is, as a human is looking at this screen, human is able to understand the graphics, the text, is able to judge and all sorts of things, and the AI agent should also do that. Now, the main and the critical task is to understand what is written over here, to locate where are the clickable buttons, to be able to further explore this and to understand this complete image. And that's precisely the purpose of OmniParser. OmniParser is one very important piece and a part of a modern graphics user interface agent. OmniParser is a part of the experimental Omni tool that performs exactly what I described. And over here I'm going to show you a video demonstration that you can find on this website. Namely, by using Omni tool you can control a Windows 11 virtual machine, and let's look at the video. For example, let's look at this showcase video and let me explain you what's happening over here. In my next video tutorial I'm going to explain how to install and run Omni tool. So here it is. So we want to use OmniParser. So task, buy a milk, and specify the application browser. Now Omni tool is using OmniParser, and on the basis only of this text prompt, help me buy some milk on Instacart, everything should be completely automatic. So the AI agent in control goes, opens a web browser, searches, then uses OmniParser to understand the scene, then clicks, bang, 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 several clicks, orders you milk, and that's it. Then you have another test case over here. Clone a repository. So go to OmniParser GitHub page, find the clone link, and open a terminal to clone it. So here it is. It works like this. So that's the big picture. As I said previously, I'm going to create a separate video tutorial in which I'm going to explain how to install and run Omni tool. However, to do that, we first need to understand how to run OmniParser. Before I start with explanations, here is a brief demonstration of OmniParser on my computer. That is, after installing and running the model locally, you will see this graphics user interface, and over here you will be able to upload the image. For example, over here, I'm going to first go to Amazon web page, and I'm going to press print screen. I'm going to capture everything. Then I'm going to go to the OmniParser graphics user interface, then I'm going to click here and I'm going to simply insert this image. It's over here, bang, select, and let's run the model, submit, and now you can see in real time how the model is running. It takes literally, let's see how long, to process everything and to get the image results. Now, note over here that I'm running everything on my NVIDIA GPU, which is NVIDIA 3090. Literally took 15 seconds to get everything. And if you expand this photo, you will see that everything is recognized. Every clickable item, image, and icon are recognized over here, which is truly amazing. And then over here, you will see the parse screen elements. You'll see icon 0. Namely, every icon has a number, and you can find over here icon 0, and you can actually do something with this. You can also find what more information about that, interactivity false, which means you cannot click, all sorts of things. This is really, really important. Okay, let's start with installation process. First of all, you need to have Anaconda on Linux Ubuntu. If you don't have Anaconda on Linux Ubuntu, then you can watch this video tutorial I created in order to install Anaconda on Linux Ubuntu. And I will provide a link to this tutorial in the description below. Next, if you don't have NVIDIA CUDA Toolkit installed on your system and NVIDIA CUDA compilers, install them. To install NVIDIA CUDA Toolkit and NVIDIA CUDA compilers, watch this video tutorial, and I will provide a link to that video tutorial in the description below. Good. Here is the GitHub repository of this project. Now, over here you will find partial installation instructions. Before you can actually apply these installation instructions, you will have to do several steps. So let's start. First of all, open a command prompt or terminal. And over here, you first need to install Git such that you can clone or download this remote repository. To install Git, you need to run this command. Enter your password, and here it is. Now, I will also show you my version of Linux Ubuntu. You can see that I'm running everything on Ubuntu 24.04. Next, verify that Anaconda is installed. To do that, type this, good, and verify that you have NVCC compilers. Okay, if you see something like this, or better, type this to see, and you'll see my CUDA version and compiler version. Good. So let's go to the home folder by typing this, and let's clone this remote repository. To clone this remote repository, you simply need to type this, git clone, and this thing over here. And now what will happen? You will download all the files from this repository, and on your local disk, there will be new folder created, and the name of this folder will be OmniParser. So let's navigate to this folder. Simply type OM, press tab, and go to this folder. Now, from here, you can actually start applying these installation instructions. So let's go. I also pasted them over here, so we can follow everything. So first of all, let's create an Anaconda virtual environment. As always, the first step is to create Conda virtual environment. Remember, whenever you want to test a Python program, you need to do that in a virtual environment. Press enter, and let's press yes, and this will set up our virtual environment. Now, activate this virtual environment by executing this command. And now over here you will see that the virtual environment is active. Next, you need to install all the libraries. To do that, you need to run pip install -r requirements. However, before you do that, make sure that you understand what are the requirements. So let's see. Let's go to Home OmniParser, and let's read about requirements over here. And you can see what is necessary to run this amazing tool. You can see a bunch of stuff over here, and this command will actually install all these things. You can also manually install everything. So let's press enter, and everything will be installed. Now it's going to take probably maybe even 5 minutes to install everything. If you're having some issues, for example with PyTorch or with a similar program, you should consider to install PyTorch locally. And to do that, you will simply go to your web browser, search install PyTorch locally, and over here you can click here, use this selection table to find and the command for installing PyTorch, and you can see over here how to install PyTorch. Okay, now luckily in the case of this program I didn't have any issues with PyTorch. Next, we need to download the weights from the Hugging Face, and we need to make sure that W2 weights, that is the OmniParser weights, are downloaded in the weights folder. And luckily, the people who developed this amazing tool have created a set of commands that you can find on this GitHub page. So let's start and let's execute them one by one. Here we are just renaming a few things, setting up. So this is the first one, and over here we are downloading the model weights and also renaming. And now you will see what happens. In my case, the model weights, some of the model weights are already downloaded, however some of them they are not, and you see what's happening over here. Now we are downloading this very important file, which is the model weight file or save tensors file. Okay, so be patient over here. And that's it. And finally, let's execute this command, which will also rename few things or move. Okay, the next step is to start the graphics user interface. Luckily, they have provided us with a simple Gradio graphics user interface. To start this graphics user interface, you simply need to execute this command. And this will start, or actually download a few things and start graphics user interface. Okay, now let's see. So you should see this message running on local URL. And now you need to open this link. There are several ways to open this link. You can press Ctrl and then click, or what I like to do, I will simply copy this address, Ctrl C, or let me, oops, I made an error here. I shouldn't press Ctrl C. So let me restart everything, because Ctrl C means to kill. So be careful here what you're doing. Better simply select this, let me do it, then do right click, copy, then go to your web browser, paste here, and then do this, and bang, here is the Gradio agent. Okay, so let's do a simple test. For example, let's go to, for example, why not this page even, right? We can simply go to this page, or let's be more precise. For example, over here, let's go to eBay. Let's go to eBay. Let's go eBay over here, and let's see what will happen. Let me zoom in. Let me do print screen over here. Capture. Let's go back to Gradio. Click here. Now I will find my screenshots. If you want to find where the screenshots are, there in pictures, screenshots, and go all the way down. Here it is. Select, and over here you can adjust several things. I'm just going to keep the default settings, and bang, submit. And now everything is running. Let's see what is in the terminal. Nothing currently is giving us in the terminal. However, you will see the image output literally in 5 or 6 seconds. So let's inspect here. You can see that a lot of things are recognized. Everything that is clickable is recognized, which is very, very, very important. So you can also download this. So let's see here the parsed information. Now if you scroll up, you'll see here everything that's being recognized, starting from icon 0, icon 1, coordinates, everything, electronics, car, content, everything is being recognized. And that's it. As mentioned previously, in the next video tutorial, I'm going to explain how to use this tool to develop the AI agent. So stay tuned and please subscribe and press like, and see you in the next video tutorial.